What's up? This is Sam's Tangle Web, and we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. We got some guys in the back that are joining the show right up at the top. So here we go. We got some great guys here. Where are my guys? All right. First up, we got my man. The man with the hypno hustler dream. And here he is. There you go. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Live. There you go.
Yeah, 24.
Yes.
For life.
But wait. We're not done yet. We got somebody else now. Also, did you not know that? We got somebody else. This guy is one cool dude. We got my man, Comic Crazy.
Are you kidding me? What's going on, fellas? Hey, me and Doug just thought we'd stop by and say hi.
I'm glad that I could have you guys on.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be here.
Nice to meet you, Comic Crazy.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
A lot.
Yeah. I didn't know if you guys had ever crossed paths, but.
Oh, I've seen Derek on several shows before. I just have never spoke with him face to face like we're doing now. Doug, oh, look at you. Who's that? But yeah, I've talked to him in the chat. Whoa! I talked to him in the chat, and so there you go.
He didn't.
Whoa!
He didn't like me.
He loves it. Loves it, man. That's funny. Yeah, good to see you guys, man. What's going on, Sammy? What's your story today, man?
What my story? Well, my my story is just, I'm just gonna show off some books and talk to you guys if that's all right. I mean,
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good to me. That's kind of what we do on Fridays.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I got.
What'd you get? I'm dying here. I'm dying.
Well, if you hadn't seen
full screen, Sam,
you didn't see the show with me and Herm. So I will show off these books right now, real quick.
Right. Yeah, full screen. Okay. There you go.
Okay, full screen. Oh, hey, full screen. Look at this, guys. Everybody should be picking up Thor, right? You agree? Come on.
I love that cover. I'm reading that every time it comes out. That's on my pull list.
Right, Thor 18.
Yeah.
And I liked how this ended, and it sounds real interesting where it's going. So yeah.
Hey, who's the artist on that cover, Sam?
Who is the artist on that cover? That would be Olivier Copier.
This is great. I really like that cover, man. There's just something special about it.
Yeah. Wow. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with a regular cut on that. No. Then we got some United States of Captain America. I don't know if anybody else has been picking this up. It's been decent. It's been decent. So, we got
my only beef with it, Sam,
What's that, sir?
I thought it was the serum is what made Captain America not his shield. That's
This is true. This is
that's
true.
kind of where I mean, is the shield magical now? Is that what I'm getting?
No, I don't think it's magical. I just think it's an important symbol of America, and I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
know where you're going.
Derek, you're enjoying it. What's your thought?
Well, I haven't read it, but I get where the author is going, I think, just by the couple of comments that you guys have. The shield, when you see the shield, you think of Captain America, whether he's got it or somebody else. You know, it doesn't make any difference who has the mantle of Captain America at the time, because we've had a lot of them. Mm-hmm. If they have the shield, we think of them as Captain America. True. You know, regardless, basically, who's in the suit, the general public. Personally, I don't, but you know.
Yeah, it takes me back to that scene from Batman versus Superman, where those vigilantes were dressing up as Batman with shotguns and really not given the correct image of who Batman was. But absolutely, right on. Good one, Sam. What else you got, man?
Okay. I don't know. Fantastic Four. Has anybody been reading Fantastic Four?
I actually read. I finally got to the. Well, what number was it? 35. I finally read that one today, and I was going to ask you some questions on that, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we can kind of discuss that here in a little bit. So I went and got the latest Fantastic Four, and it's a special Halloween issue, and I don't know why they. I don't see the kids, but I see them. They're trick or treating, okay? So I don't know what's going on there. But then I got this cover.
Oh boy, Just Go, baby.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So this is one that I saw, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta have that, right? And has anybody been reading The Death of Doctor Strange? Come on.
Yes. I'll tell you why I won't be reading it.
First issue.
Later. Go ahead. Yeah.
No,
I won't be reading this issue yet. Well, my LCS didn't get any Marvel books.
Oh, kind of like how certain places didn't get the Image books, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Oh yeah. So I got this. This is a Silva Venomized Doctor Strange cover.
I like that cover. That Virgin, or is that a limited variant? Yeah.
It's just a variant. I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I need that.
It's pretty cool cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw a solicitation for that final Hellions for Madeline Pride, and that there's like 5 artists that are doing the final issue of Hellions with Madeline Pride on the cover, and that kind of reminds me of what I just saw, that Doctor Strange you just showed.
Okay, cool. I told myself I wasn't going to get this book, and somehow, some reason, I ended up getting it. So I got this Phoenix song Echo. So I don't know. I ended up.
Yep, you're the only one reading.
Oh, sorry. And then I got.
What were you drinking, Sam? What were you drinking?
Well, I make it a point that when I enter my comic shop, I'm not doing any drinking. That's one of the things I. I might
pick up more than one DC book. I mean,
might.
We're gonna go there. Listen, I make it a point of chewing bubble gum and maybe kicking some comic book, but I'm not drinking. So, yeah.
Good for you, Sam.
Yes, yes. And then my buddy, somehow I dropped the ball. I didn't get this cover for Amazing Spider-Man 75, and somebody was able to pick that up for me.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's
Good, I'm glad
awesome,
you got it.
man.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
So,
I mean, I really like the webbing covers.
Yeah.
I really like Patrick Gleason. I think that there's been a lot of the webbing covers being done lately, but his vision on that cover was different than before. I had never seen the title kind of disguised into the Amazing Man body or anything like that before. It's just amazing.
Yes. I make sure the bubble gum is not anywhere near the comics. So, yeah.
Yes, pew pew.
That's good advice there, Two Gun. Absolutely, man.
Also make sure that no rain. When it's raining, make sure your comics are bagged. I'm just saying. So,
yeah, it was raining here on Wednesday for me.
You got a story for that one, Sam, or you got a story for that one, or what?
No, I don't have. Well,
a drain problem.
No, I don't have a drain problem. That's not.
Oh, okay.
But no. It's just been raining a bit more here. So.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, you do live in the Pacific Northwest, sir. So.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain. It's beautiful up there. No, yeah. Derek, what you were saying about Patrick Gleason is absolutely true. I mean, if you look at the Carnage, Black, White, and was it Blood Red and White or whatever it was, that Carnage one that blew up. His 55 Spider-Man blew up. I mean, even that that Venomized webbing one was killer. I wish I would have got that when I had an opportunity. I think that was I can't remember which issue that was, but that was so good. But yeah, that's all I wanted. Just put my 2 cents in.
I've met him. His agent lives here in Sioux Falls, and so he comes to Sioux Falls. In fact, that's where he did a lot of the autographs that you see. And if you ever got any of those Virgin covers with the autograph, without autograph, CGC, whatever, they all shipped out of Sioux Falls.
No, that's cool. No, I just I was like the masses and got the trade copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was one of the guys that was actually boxing them up and sending them out, helping him out with that. But it is the way that guy does his art. I really, really enjoy it, going clear back to Super Sons and before. So.
Yeah, I knew nothing about him until, the hype train hit in, and I just happened to, have that issue, and I was like, what's going on with this artist? And, there's so many artists, good artists, man. It's like, I'll be first to say that it's hard to keep up with them all. And, when I listen to those comic book creators, YouTube creators, such as, whether or not you're putting out, I don't think you're putting out any videos, are you, Derek? But if you do, I mean, you have a wealth of knowledge that, people, we need that. It's you got to pass it on. These kids today, they don't know nothing, right? Right?
Yeah, you're not the only one to say that.
I just read it. Hey, listen, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, So, take it to heart, man. It's what we got, right? Right. All right, Sam. Yeah.
No,
what else did you say?
Oh, well, I was going to show off some back issues. If you got a moment, let me show off some back.
You're slow, dude.
Okay.
You're driving me to drink.
In fact, I'm going to go get a water. I'll be right back. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm with you, Sam. Go ahead.
Okay, look at this. We got. Come on, this is Marvel Team Up 136.
Really nice. Good back issue newsstand. That's good copy, man.
And
nice
this
and
is
shiny, glossy.
yeah. In here, this is. I think this is a pretty cool book myself because we got. Let me tell you about this book here. We got
Do tell.
David Michelini is doing the plotting and the scripts.
Met him, have his autograph.
Okay. What about Ron Friends?
Never met him.
So this is pretty cool. And inside here, there is a company that wants to patent Spider-Man's webbing, like how whatever. And so they hire the Mauler to kind of kidnap Spider-Man, and Wonder Man kind of gets in the way, and it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So, right?
Great, man. That's
Okay.
awesome.
And then for my sexy cover, sometimes
Gotta have one.
Gotta have a sexy cover in there somewhere.
I had one this week, and I thought it was naked. I had to put my glasses on. Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh,
Who is sexy?
man.
Who is sexy?
That's fantastic.
And I had just recently watched. I know people are going to be making fun of me, but I recently watched Electra the movie.
That's okay. Yeah, it's
Which
all right.
It was okay. It was all right. James. You had Jennifer Garner. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
If not, it's eye candy.
Well, yeah. I like a good story.
I've seen all of them, bad and good, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, too bad it was released after the fact, and to a lot of people that didn't matter. Kind of like the Scarlet Witch thing.
Sure.
Oh, hey, there you go, Derek. Right there. Look at what Two Gun said.
I pew all capital letters, man. We got to make Hypno Hustler worth $10.
Oh, I think you're selling it low. That's low bar. You got to go high on that.
15.
Yeah. Well, 15, I was going to say at least
sure.
20. At least 20.
How about 1236? Right. Yeah.
Plus 750 shipping.
Seems a little specific, but okay. We got some Thunderbolts number 37 with a whole mystery here. Like who is this new?
Yeah, Thunder anything. I think of Thundercats. So Thunderbolts.
Okay,
nice,
sure,
nice.
Hey, Sam, what's the likelihood that they'll introduce that in the Marvel universe? Do you think into the movies and things?
Thunder. I think it's pretty good. I think it might be a while yet, though. But
yeah, same here. They haven't introduced enough people to do it, I don't think.
Yeah. So hey, look at this one.
Ooh,
another Thunderbolt number 47. This is the son of Captain Marvel. And he I guess he has
good eye
for Songbird here, and I heard something. I heard rumors. I'm always hearing these rumors about Captain Marvel is coming back. I don't know if that's a good.
I've heard that too. I've heard it too. Now is that the son or the clone?
No.
It's a good spec.
This is the son.
Even the first pickup of Captain Marvel.
This is, that Genesis Marvel.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but anything Marvel, it's good.
Yeah.
Regardless if we're talking Carol Danvers or old school.
Avengers action going on. So
nice, man.
With White Vision. Ooh. Is that a thing anymore? White Vision? It's probably not a thing anymore.
No, it's a thing. He's flying around out the Marvel universe in the movies somewhere. So he's not in the comics, but
I just think there's a billion characters out there, man, and those are good specs. I mean, those are good specs. I'd like to see that.
look at this guy. We got some X Factor. Number
Awesome.
72. Because you can't go wrong with some Peter David X Factor, right? So
Is that the same Peter David that writes Star Trek novels?
it sure
Yes.
is.
That's fantastic.
Yes. And then finally, we have.
Oh, that's a good one.
So yes.
Wow, right.
And by the way, these were 50 cents a piece.
Yep.
So I'm so thankful that to find some cheap books, you know. So yeah.
He's all the $15 bus fare. I'm absolutely thankful for these 50-cent books.
Well, yeah, sure, something like that, sure.
No, that whole
Good for you,
Evolutionary War
Sam.
series. That whole Evolutionary War series, that Marvel put out in their annuals that year. I can't remember the specific year, but
I liked it.
It
for the
most part, overall, it was good. It had some great issues. It had some poor issues, but if people really want to learn more about the High Evolutionary and yep, a little bit of the Eternals, the Deviants, and that kind of thing. And then when he mutates the animals into the mutant animal, human animal things,
I heard
those are great to find in the $50 book bins, and you can learn a lot from that because it's taking all kinds of things from all these different issues and series that were coming out at the time and putting it all into one.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if when they do like a High Evolutionary, like an appearance in a movie or something, they do like a one shot talking about the history of the High Evolutionary. So, yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens this Eternals movie. You know, Eternals is kind of the gateway to High Evolutionary. So,
how about that?
Yep. So that's what your 50-cent fines, right?
Yeah, I mean it's nothing too fancy, but you know.
No, but they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, if I saw
good story, good covers, you know, that's great.
Yep.
You know, I wish I could join in on that Eternals talk, but you know, there's that celestial thing is just it's kind of like night and day for me because it I'm as far as like trying to put it onto a believability factor, it's like where were the Eternals through the whole Thanos thing, and so to try to decide, will they write a storyline? Will this movie answer that question for the realist in me? And I know there's a lot of comic readers like myself who, I'm okay with the fantasy every now and then, but you got to have a sense of reality to it all. I understand parallel universes and celestials, and I get, trans dimensions. I understand that. And, it broadens the scope for writing, and it just happens like that. But when you have a group of beings so powerful as the Eternals, to not just step in and I understand it would make for horrible story writing. I've heard speculation that very well the Eternals could be banished. It's so easy to write something out, or there's a cosmic, magnet, where you get one of these where you can't mess with each. So I'm sure the brighter minds that have the 3-digit IQs above mine will put something together, but obviously you're going to get that side where people are going to go, that's not the Eternals I remember, or it's coming. But for someone who doesn't read it, and I don't read it, I mean, I've read some of the key issues. That's because if I'm going to spend the money on key issues at the time, I'm definitely going to read what I'm putting my money into, not just to have it. So, but yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on it.
So, hey, Derek, what were you going to say about...
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sam.
Yes. Go ahead.
Say that again, Sam.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about... I thought you guys say something about Fantastic Four 35 or something. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. First, comment crazy. So, let me give it just a snippet here, just a snippet. So it's in the in the preview of the movie. Okay, so Thanos. I think you know this because it sounds like you do, but maybe some of the listeners didn't know. Is Thanos is a deviant. Okay, and in the movie previews they say, "Oh, we can't get involved unless a deviant is involved with it." Right?
There you
well,
go.
Then why didn't they
see
with Thanos? Now, some of the listeners maybe didn't know that, but some of the reading some of the Eternal stuff really doesn't carry over into today. The Jack Kirby run, great artist, great storyteller. He just introduced an insane amount of characters in a short run, and it's hard to read. I don't know if Sam thinks that, but it's really hard to read.
Like it's too much to consume. Like, let's say how maybe someone would feel reading the Fellowship of the Ring for the first time, where you have 30 different characters.
Yeah, or
it's all given to you, at once.
Right. I'll even step it up though and say the Similarian. Not the Lord of the Rings. I read that and I'm like, what in the? I can't even get it. So I had to be like,
it's like watching that movie Memento.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Memento.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
same thing.
Okay.
It's super smart.
Moving on to Fantastic Four 35 because Sam wanted to do that. So, if everybody's not familiar, it's the $9.99 extravaganza.
Let me blow you out there.
Wow.
$9.99 extravaganza. It's really thick.
That's the Big Daddy. That. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can get rid of the I don't need to be alone on this one.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, I was just gonna showing the covers so they knew what I was talking about. Okay, right. So
beautiful.
It's a long read. It's a long read.
It is. Yes,
it is. I mean, you got to devote at least a half an hour to this thing.
Well, yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, and I am fairly more than a lot, but less than some people on my history with Kang. So I'm reading through this whole thing. And the second that Scion guy, the guy that says that, I'm the guy after y'all, all the Kangs.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't somebody go, what? Well, where have you been? I mean, maybe I missed something in the reading. Right? Okay. Yeah. Then second of all, Kang being a relative of Reed, basically.
Yes.
That was established way back.
It was. Yeah.
In the later part of the Byrne run of Fantastic Four. Correct?
Yeah.
Where Nathaniel Richards and everything shows up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I basically understood the whole thing. But I was going to ask you, though, hasn't somebody come up with like a brother, sister, something or other with Reed before? Sam?
Not that I know of. I'm trying to think. I can't remember it. So.
You should know this, Sam.
I know. I'm like vaguely remember. I'm like, hey, wasn't there like a
Sam? You are truly the guy I can call up at any hour and ask these type of questions to.
Why am I? Why is the hot rain coming down on me all of a sudden? What's going on?
What? Well, I'm not trying to bring any heat to you, Sam. I'm just saying. Normally, you're the guy. I mean, everybody wants you on their.
But when you're bringing
everybody wants you on their team.
But
in fact, I think you were banned, weren't you? Because you were on every winning team.
I don't know about that.
He's been kicked out of like 5 LCSs. Can't play Monopoly with his family.
You're bringing me the $1 billion question. I got to go with I don't know. So
Okay, that's fine. That's a good answer.
That's a
I
smart.
don't know
That's a
the
smart
good
answer. Yeah, you
Yep.
know, don't BS. Just tell it like it is. There you go,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yep.
You just
Well,
don't
I'm gonna have
know.
to look through. I'm gonna have to look. I don't.
That's right, Two Gun. If Sam doesn't know, it never happened. There you go. I totally agree with Two Gun.
So, yeah, I'm so glad
Absolutely.
somebody is on my side and somebody is covering my butt for me. Okay.
But
It's like it didn't
anyway,
exist.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I basically I started collecting as a kid, around issue 200 ish, on all the way through.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Hickman Fantastic Five Future Foundation thing. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
There
books. I was kind of
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
somebody knew.
Yeah, there's a lot of
A lot of
stuff
books.
there with their Reed and Sue's daughter growing up, and then stuff with Doctor Doom. So it might be in there somewhere. I don't know.
Anyway. Oh well. I thought you'd know.
Oh,
But
Sam.
also
No.
I read. I finally read Amazing Spider-Man 74, the big extravaganza
Wow.
9.99 issue. I read it finally.
Make them big, Sam.
He just.
Well, no, you don't need to.
Okay.
It's like a few weeks old. It's nothing new. Okay, so, but
what did you
I'm
think
reading
about
through this. I'm reading through this.
Okay.
How many clones do they need to make of
Of who?
the boy and the girl? I can't even remember who they are now. You know what I mean?
He's all. I'm so confused. I can't even remember their names.
I can't.
You know
Well, I
what?
can't. 'Cause
You know what? It doesn't even really matter what their names are because that whole storyline was crap.
All right. Well, okay.
It was.
Listen. This. Did you guys catch this news article today? It hit like early this morning Pacific Standard Time. Came from the
There's
New
a
York
few.
Times.
New
Okay.
York Times?
Did you
No.
read?
Go ahead.
Did you read the one? It says this dude read all 27,000 Marvel comic books and lives to tell the tale.
What?
Yeah,
Okay,
I could not. I couldn't. I could not.
I need this article.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm so glad you put the link, and because I knew that this was something that would absolutely. This is like the big fish in the sea for you, Sam, because it's clickbait. It was not, which it usually is, right? But I mean, this is there's some dude.
Some dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you this. Matter of fact, let me send it to you right now. There you go. I'm just gonna send it here.
I want
Here it
to say,
comes. It's coming to your phone.
I have one.
Air Spider 23. It is not Cyan from the Micronauts. It is it was supposedly a Kang, the last version of Kang. Because like Lemon Tut was Kang, and then you had Kang, and then you had all these other dudes. Anyways, they were all together, and the Cyan guy just shows up. Anyways, go ahead.
I have a question. Over here, Mr. Comic Crazy. I just have one quick question. How old is this guy?
The guy, honestly, I don't think they said in the article. Come to think of it, matter of fact, I just sent it to you, so you can pull it up if you get an opportunity, or if you want, just put that link into your chat, and anybody who's here with us live can read it along. But it's from the New York Times, so that seems to be a legitimate source. And so I read it, and this guy read all 27,000. I mean, from the beginning to the end. It took him 5 years to do it. I think he's probably maybe in his late 30s or early 40s, if I'm not mistaken. But what an interesting story.
Job?
I think he does. I think he just did it over the course of 5 years.
Yeah. That's a very good question. Yeah. Because you wouldn't be able to have a job if you're full-time reading.
Well,
that's kind of what I think, but
that is true. I mean, how it depends. I mean, we all are different. I mean, when I read a book, it's like taking NyQuil. I'll get maybe 2.5 pages in. And I don't care if it's an awesome book. I just pass out and I'm out. I'm gone. It's like, I can't stay awake. I want to read. I'll be, you know how your eyes start doing this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
And the next
yeah,
thing you know,
yeah.
you're out. It's 2 pages. It was probably 20 pages when I was younger, but now it's about 2 or 3 pages.
Can
So
I just? But can
it
I?
can take a
I
long
just
time.
want to. I just want to say something that when I was a kid, it seemed like I would get a book, I would start to read it, and I would be like a Marvel comic. I don't know what you'd call it, but I would absorb that story, this story into my head here, into my noggin, and
Marvel
I think
sponge.
that's why I would get all this great.
Right. The little
Yeah,
asterisk I would say is I would mean just not comic books, but
yeah,
real books. Like
yeah,
novels. So
yes, yeah.
yeah, Air Spider. I absolutely. That's totally cool, man. He says he's employed as a full-time comic book reader. That's great.
Hey,
Um,
if you can get that job, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me show you 3 things I did get this week.
Okay.
Actually, I go to my LCS tomorrow, but he didn't get any Marvel. He got in like 3 titles, and then they
What the heck?
shorted him on everything. And he
Okay.
didn't get any Gunslinger. Didn't get
Yes,
any
sir.
Gunslinger. He didn't get a lot. But anyway, so Spawn Universe,
Nice.
King Spawn,
Wow.
and then I did from the same guy. I got the Gunslinger.
Oh, wow.
1 in 50. These are all. I think they're all 1 in 50. One of them might be
Yeah,
1 in
those are
25, but I
fantastic.
think they're all 1 in 50. But when they're that cheap,
Yeah.
well, everybody was buying huge quantities of them to get that 1 in 500 or 1 in 250 signed by Todd. They were racking it up, and so you get a ton of these. Well, they were selling them for not very much, so I figured why not? It's beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't see any of
it's
those.
awesome.
I didn't see any of those gunslinger spawns.
You didn't?
But,
Yeah. Some okay, so from what I have seen, most retailers received all but maybe 2 covers of
okay.
them. And then so Diamond issues a statement, don't sell them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Right.
people were selling them in lots. You could buy all the covers, right? So it's making them hard on them to then, well, they sent out an email. Well, it's a Wednesday at a comic book store. There's not a whole lot of time to go looking at the emails with all the customers coming in, getting things, So they were selling them, and so then, Image just goes, would you just please sell them? And so anyway, they're going to make it right. Todd issued a little statement to the retailers saying that it's not his fault, but he feels somewhat responsible for the paper shortage, and he will do something nice for them. So that's good.
Yeah, my LCS didn't get any of those. They were all delayed for a whole week. So because you're right, because of the paper shortage at the printing press. So be it. But for those who got those pre-printed versions ahead of time, then that's good on them. But we'll get them here next week, hopefully.
Right, and then not too long ago, like within a few hours, Image released that they are not going to do any second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, how many ever printings anymore because of the paper shortage.
Yeah.
So they're only going to do first printings. Now, are they going to do the variant store exclusive covers? If it's part of the whole first printing, they will, but they're not going to do. So like, Stray Dogs going into the 5th printing. What's the other one that they had? Oh, there's another one that they had that they were going to do like 5th printings and 4th and 3rd, printings. They're not going to do any of that. We'll see. We'll see what that does. We'll see what that actually does.
Yeah, my LCS didn't get any of its Image, so no Image for us.
But are they?
with
I was just
Saga
wondering
coming out in a few months, that's going to be a a big thing, I think.
Yeah. So do we think that paper shortage is that going to really be something that's going to totally affect the industry? Or
Yeah.
Absolutely is going to affect the industry. I mean, it's not the fact that we don't have the paper, the trees. It's just you can't get the product to the people that actually print the books. So, if you guys have been paying attention to the world news, I mean, it's kind of like that Suez Canal back up again, where everything is, the port in Los Angeles, and even on the other side of the world, we've got, some ships have been there for, believe it or not, some Chinese ships are there for 10 months. Okay. I mean, can you imagine being stuck out there, 2.5 miles out to sea for 10 months, just sitting on a boat protecting your gear? But they can't get the product to the actual port to get it to the printing presses so they can print those second and thirds. And, I don't know about you guys, but everybody's been kind of, excuse the term, bitching about having so many second, third, fourth, fifth printings based on the fact that the publisher knows that it's such a popular title that there's a lot of us that want to read it. So how do you stop popularity? Well, you better get it now, so the demand's going to go a little higher, in my opinion. That's what's going to happen, is that for the time being, just like anything. You guys ran out and got your toilet paper, right? And then you probably did. You're probably like, yeah, well, you probably didn't, but you were like me. I didn't either. And when I went out, when I finally had to, I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. And I went out there, and man, I was standing in line. I couldn't even get into the Walmart. They're like, hey, we got to do 10, the next 10. It's like, wow. So, that is a big reality. I mean, you think about it, think it's kind of like the Red Dawn scenario. You guys seen that movie? Oh, Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah.
What would you do where no one's prepared? And even in that sense, what do you didn't even think about a paper shortage. Now I just read a thing today that said, bags and boards, they're right there. We're right on that. They don't have them, and now they're saying that the cost of just regular bags are going to go up like $7, $7.25 for 100 bag, when they're normally like $4.95, $5. Now it's going to be $7.25 because the price of that is going to drive it. So that's my thoughts on, yes, Sam, to answer it, the paper shortage is real. It will be affected because the supply chain, you can't get it to the printing press.
Right. My LCS, he told me, he said, I do not know how much longer I'm going to be able to bag and board every book.
Wow. So you got a nice LCS.
Yes. He said, he goes, I want to, but it's either I'm going to cut back on the discount on the pull list or, charge. Go, okay, do you want everything bagged and boarded and then charge you for it? He said that his cost now for bags and boards is what he was selling them for 6 months ago. And he buys it by the skid.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything, there's no longer the 2,000% margin of profit. And that was absolutely true for every business. For example, when I was a kid, I worked at a pizza joint, and Domino's Pizza, I think it was. I was in junior high, or no, I was in high school. So I was 15 or 16, no, 17. So I was running pizza for Domino's, and it was like $21 for their extravaganza, like their big combo pizza. It was like $1.90 to make. That's the total cost of it for and the rest is just pure profit. So I mean, when it comes down to it, that whole profit margin has been neutralized. Now we're paying the price because they're going to raise it. I mean, look at the cost of everything.
Would that affect some of these companies coming out with the variant covers? Would that affect the amount of variant covers?
It would have to. If company A is commissioning 45 artists for one, for whatever, they got 45 artists on the payroll. they're going to have to half that. And, maybe we're going to have 10 less covers per, every, 2 runs of comics. Who knows?
Yeah. I think eventually, if I wanted to throw a date in on it, most of these variant covers, because I've been involved with making a few variant covers.
I see Air Spider.
It's about a 3-month commitment before it comes out, because you're actually talking about it to the publisher before it even hits the Diamond solicitations or the Penguin or whatever. You're actually aware of what's going to be coming out before it hits those solicitations. And so you're looking at, okay, who's the artist? Who are your artists? Or like when Bueller and I and Rich, we did the Devil's Red Bride cover. We had to get Vault to approve Clara, which wasn't hard, but we still had to get it approved. So, we were talking about it. It was somewhere between 45 days, 60 days before it was even solicited.
Sure.
Because she was working, that ended up being a wraparound cover. She was working on that a long time.
That's something. You have to deal with is the artist and the time it takes them to do the project too.
Right now, Marvel takes a lot less time because
they're probably more expensive.
Well, yes, but they go, here's your selections. That's basically what they are. Unless you're a big boy who does it every single month on multiple titles, then you get a little bit more of a say. But it's all cash to them. Anyway, I think in January you're going to see a real cutback on some of these variant covers, which I think, even though, like I said, I get involved in these things, but I don't make a whole lot of money. I
get it. It's all about the dough, and I get it. And but are we kicking ourselves in the foot? Do we really want to get rid of variant covers? Because it sounds like we're like, maybe now that you really think about it, but I do like those choices of the 5 different artists, and I like In-Hyuk Lee over this one, or I like Peach Momoko over this one.
Right.
Now, if you don't have those choices, now you're just stuck with J. Scott Campbell every week, and I know people would be happy with that. But
some people would.
Others may perhaps not.
But the positive part of this, I think, that is going to come out of the variant covers, possibly, like I said, 3 months for January, kind of starting to diminish, is going to be that we're going to get the creme de la creme of the cover A's and cover B's.
Okay.
I think that that's a good look at it, because I love me some covers. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not ashamed to say I'll buy stuff I don't even read just because of that cover. That's a purchase, a cover buy.
A lot of people do that. Sam does it. I know. He does.
You have to.
Yeah, but I don't do it that often.
That's okay. There's no shame, Sam.
Sam. See, you're a reader. You read.
I'm mainly a reader.
Even if it's horrible.
Billy says he forgives you.
He's talking about some made-up incident at a strip club.
Air Spider. See, he's guilty. Air Spider. We're all guilty. Everybody is.
Comic. You cannot tell me that there's
a
comic person.
I just saw some hot comic like that one you just showed, Sam. Who was that? The gal you just showed. Who was it? It was a Daredevil, Elektra. It's like I saw an Elektra style comic, the other day, and I go, I'm not reading it, but really, I had to actually I had to put my glasses on because the cover looked nude to me. I was like, is that chick wearing clothes? Oh yeah. And I bought it just because it was so awesome.
Yeah.
But I get it.
So like I said, I always try to look at the realism part of it, and then I try to, even if the realism part of it is say more negative, I always try to look at a positive. And like I said, I think that we're going to get some more that creme de la creme, those primo covers. We're not going to get why did this even come out on the cover? You know,
and there have been quite a lot of those. A lot of them.
Like when those, like me, myself, and I, when the covers have absolutely nothing to do with the book, that annoys the crap out of me. Now,
Battle
one
line,
I did like
variant,
was that Miles Morales on the Iron Man. That thing was just super cool.
Yeah, I mean, be thankful that character, be thankful that character, propelled.
Yeah,
it could have fallen flat. It could have absolutely fallen flat.
Right. Now the only thing on the cover that pertained to Iron Man was that little stuffed animal thing he had on his DJ table, and
ridiculous.
I liked it, right? So I bought.
That's you got to do what you got to do, right? Listen,
right.
I know, I bought some stuff too.
No, and the paper shortage is real. So another thing, another bad thing that has happened from the paper shortage, and it was just a one little sentence thing, was that this could be happening to more titles because of the paper shortage. Was Savage Avengers is now canceled. They're going to go to issue 28. They're going to wrap up the story. And
that's your boy Larson, Sam.
Yeah. Because I noticed Derek got a little bit upset last night about that. Did
Derek steal your thunder? Was this a topic that you were just going to mention?
Because I didn't even read it on your webpage. I'm sorry, Sam.
Because I'm surprised you didn't lead off with this one. Is why I mentioned it. He's all, I'm going to go safe with the weather and the paper. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the paper question rather than why is Eric Larson, canceling Savage Dragon, or why he's being canceled.
No, not Savage Dragon, Savage Avengers. Did I say Dragon?
Oh, Savage. Yeah, you did.
I did. Did I say Dragon?
I'm gonna have to watch a rewind.
I'm sorry. Savage Avengers is canceled.
Oh, okay.
Look at that guy.
Oh, look, there he is.
3 dudes.
That's it, man.
Hey,
there you go. That's for you, Bueller. Right there. That's for you, Bueller.
My guilty pleasure is being canceled. After I thought it was going to get canceled on issue 8 or something, but
Well, I was like, oh man, Savage Avengers each month, is kept going, and I'm like, well, how long is they going to keep it going?
Yeah, and
it's ending at 28. So there you go.
28.
Everything's coming to an end, man.
But here's a prime example of a title. I think there's some titles that are going to be canceled because of the paper shortage. They're going to take a look at the dollars and cents of it, and then they're going to go, okay, you can either print more Amazing Spider-Mans, or we can print Devil Dinosaur, or Ms. Marvel, or I don't know. What are these other ones? I don't have the thing in front of me. But anyway, I don't have
my LCS
booklet in front of me, but I can tell you 10 titles right now they could get rid of, and they could get rid of those 10 titles before they could get rid of Savage Avengers, because unless there's 20 people who watch this show, and that's all that's buying Savage Avengers. I just know that that's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a niche comic? No. I mean, it's a legitimate title. So,
and Duggan's been. I think he's been writing great, fun stories.
Somebody mentioned to me, it might have been like one of the guys at the LCS. There's 2 different ones I go to. And they said something about maybe scaling back like the number of Batmans or the number for DC and the number of Spider-Man titles because of what you're saying. But if anything, it's going to move forward, and they might not have enough time. It's going to ride the wave out. I don't know, man. Is it really going to make a difference? Like, is a paper shortage going to change the number of characters you see currently being printed? Maybe not. But I would probably go with more of the less, the second printing, third printing, There you go. I mean, just start from the beginning.
Well,
yeah.
No, rip into him, Sam.
I mean, No, let me just say this because Bueller makes a good point. I mean, as funny as it is, what if that happened? I mean, that'd be an awesome what if question because truly, if you think about it, who was the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby of our era? Would that be Jim Lee and the guys making their own breakaway from the current standard, kind of like what Stan and then Kirby did? Do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see the dichotomy?
Yeah.
So if that's the marker there being Jim Lee and crew, then maybe it's time for is that what we need? Is that what it's going to take? A whole new, because the argument seems to be don't take my old character and feminize it, or don't, like I heard Sandman's not even a man. I heard Sandman's going to be a woman. And so now everybody's all up in the air. And if you haven't heard it, you heard it here first. Back to you, Sam.
You know what? Can I just say something? People need to stop. Okay, I guess I'm going to get on a soapbox. Okay.
Listen, it's your show, man. You called me, not the other way around.
Mute me, Sam. Mute me.
No.
Everything on his list is getting canceled.
No.
This is why you're mad.
Let me drink my
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I just want to get on my little. I just want to get on my little soapbox.
Don't fall. Slippery.
People need to stop with the. They don't even understand these people who are going crazy. They're going crazy over. They're like, oh no, Superman is going bisexual.
Bye.
But,
he's going.
Yeah, they're going crazy. But guess what?
That's where he's going.
It's not Superman. It's his son.
It's his son. Yeah.
And his son nuts. Is now Superman.
They're going nuts.
That's clickbait.
Well, those people aren't even buying Superman.
Clickbait.
Because they don't know it's his son.
That's correct. Yeah, it's an absolute marketing strategy. Forget the old guy. They know, but these kids, they don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You do know what to say. You just said it. Next.
Okay, I said it. I don't want.
That was it. Okay.
I don't want to offend anybody. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great comment there, Bueller. I love that. That's awesome.
What did he say?
Those people. Okay, whatever. All right. Hey, it's my channel. I can do that. Whatever.
You can do that.
That's
right?
Great.
It's my
I don't
channel.
know.
You can agree with it.
In the chat that says 0 people watching.
Oh wow!
Oh boy!
Okay, people love, but that's okay because I know who the loyal people are, and the people who want to hear what I have to say about certain topics, right? Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, man.
Yeah. Load here. I gotta see.
I just want to say I appreciate everybody who takes the time to come check out what I have to say. So
thanks for having me on, Sam.
Yeah. No. I mean, you
Never
guys are.
Me.
Yeah. No, you guys are always invited, though. Right?
Yeah. I'm approaching 50.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
That's it, Sam. It's right around the corner, buddy. That's a milestone.
Sam's like 800.
The 50th issue.
Happy birthday every time I see him.
I don't want to even
for the past 3 years.
Yeah, you started that whole trend.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you do. You bring it up. What are you talking about? I won't even bring it up, and you're like, "Don't even start." I didn't even start. I didn't say nothing.
Okay, listen. I'm on the road. I'm on the road to that halfway mark. I'm on the road. So there you go.
35. You're living to 70 or what?
Half a century. Come on.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
You're starting the fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter.
Well, I was
That's
going to
it,
say third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could. I mean, yeah, if you live to be like, let's say 80, 90, there you go.
And then I'd be entering my fourth quarter. There.
That's true. It would be
Be in the
halftime.
red zone
Yeah.
at the end of the game with a few seconds left.
You know?
And
And
I'm
you
trying
probably
to-
come up short.
Here, Derek's all, yeah, I'm real positive, and
Yeah,
I just want to say on a positive note, you're going to come up short.
I'm going to throw a little salt on the wound. Throw a little salt on the
That's it. Open it up. Hold it open, damn it.
Hold it open and pour it
That's
out.
as my father would say. Hold it open. He'd rub dirt right in there and get up. Walk away. Be like a
Rub
man.
a little dirt on it. Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it, Sam.
Yeah,
Shake it off. That's what the coach would say, right?
Yeah. I
Sam, love it.
Yeah.
What do we all make? Let me get on here. What are we saying here? All right.
I don't know. It's going to get crazy.
I need to get, if I'm going to do my own show, I got to get 2 monitors so I can have the monitor off to the side that's got all the comments. So it's
Right
large print. So I can
man,
read.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
Yeah. My son's like, no, Dad, you don't want to do your own show. Why?
Yeah.
Just because.
It's not it's not much resource power. It's not like you're, streaming where you need a supercomputer if you're doing 2 or 3 monitors.
Right.
So,
but he's got his own Twitch YouTube channel.
Oh,
and
great.
I think I'd surpass him on the first day.
Should give him a shout out.
Yeah. You can watch shout out on video games if you want, I guess.
There you go. Why not?
Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah, him cursing that he gets shot. That's kind of what happens on his show. It's funny. But as far as the Superboy that's now Superman is concerned, I just wish, I don't care if he was a bi, but I just wish they'd make him a little kid again. Damien's age, whatever Damien's age is now.
How did he grow up so fast is what I want to know.
Bendis kind of put him in limbo or something like that, and he aged in limbo, and then when he came out of limbo, or he went to did he go to Legionnaires or something like that? Anyway, when he came back shortly after he left, but he had grown, and so he was older. Because Bendis wanted to deal with a late teen, I guess.
Honestly, what they did with Spider-Man, with Life Story, I would have been okay if they could have done that event for every one of these characters, because that seems to be the theme with everybody. Like, how come, the Simpsons or, Maggie's still a baby? Everybody wants, and then you have those fantasy episodes, and then, why not write those episodes where we have, or comic issues, or even just a one shot with characters grown up?
Yeah.
What would it be
Fantastic
like?
Four did that.
Yeah, right. Fantastic Four did that. Life Story, Spider-Man.
I didn't think it was very good, though. Sam, did you read that one?
I didn't read it, no.
Which one?
Fantastic Four Life Story.
Yeah, I've been reading that. Yeah.
Okay, so you like everything, but seriously, did you like it?
It's been okay. It's not.
See what I mean? It's not like, I don't think you can recapture the Spider-Man thing.
No.
On a team format, that Life Story thing, I don't think it works as on a per se team thing, because
I was thinking they were going to do Captain America Life Story.
See, that would be great.
Yeah,
because it's one character, and you're dealing, and he could go a dozen issues.
At least, yeah.
I mean, 2 of the issues would just be him frozen in ice.
Okay.
Page after page of an ice cube, but. They could do all that pre-World War I stuff, the Golden Age.
The argument that I hear, or the concern that I hear the most in this hobby of ours, is people want new characters. They want new characters. Please don't retcon my character. Let it advance, in a natural per se, manner.
That's the natural.
Yeah.
storytelling, not just all of a sudden 1 month, boom.
Yeah, I mean, it's the, without being, this is not a political show, so I won't go there, but we know why writers write what they do. And some of those guys slip in the woodwork. Some of them gals slip into the woodwork, and they put out this woodwork that doesn't hold up to the overall populace. But for some reason, the small minority, their voice is the loudest. And for some reason, we're rocked by it. Yeah. And so the narrative has changed. And so with that being said, you've got to navigate through that and hope that your character comes out unscathed, because it's tough. It's a tough time, for everything. But honestly, on a last note, you look at it, if all of this was real, it would make sense, but it's amazing water cooler talk.
Right. You look at 10 years ago when they 8 to 10 years ago when they were starting to introduce a lot of different characters, a lot of different nationalities, a lot of different of this and that and whatnot. And some of them are finally starting to stick or take off. They found their way. And I'm all for that. Yeah. Okay. Finding their way, but they have to find their way. And the best way to do that is to just keep writing books on them and find that character's voice.
I like how they did the Miss Marvel character, and I'll tell you why. Because to me, it's not another Miss Marvel. I mean, it's not Miss Marvel changed. It's another. Yeah. It's a character who broke that fourth wall that reads Miss Marvel. Yeah. That ends up becoming just like her hero, and that is a new character, regardless. And I'll take that argument, all the way to the LCS counter with you. So. That's a new character, but don't come out. Don't take my Superman and turn him into something else that he's not. He fights for truth, justice, and what?
The American way.
That's right, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
I'm not even a DC person. There you go.
But anyway, so
I was just trying to trap Sam. That was the whole purpose of that.
So anyway, Sam. So recently, I've been going through a few back issues. And I've hit my run, and it's incomplete, of Todd McFarlane Hulk.
Ah, that's awesome.
Right?
Oh, that's a great run. Yeah.
Right. And it's a lot of early Todd work. Okay. Yeah. He's just starting to find his way. He's just starting to find out what he wants to do. Now, he's not doing a whole lot of these covers, but you can see the issue numbers, right? Yeah. So I'm going to fast forward here to a few here.
You had Steve Geiger doing those covers.
Okay,
nice,
good.
Sam.
Yep. Hey, look at that, Sam. It's even on there. It's on
that's why you get called at 2 a.m.
Right. So this Incredible Hulk, Todd McFarlane is doing these 3 characters of X Factor.
That's a great issue.
I wish that he was doing it's around the time of the Mutant Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, that's around Fall of the Mutants.
This is?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, Fall of the Mutants.
Yeah.
So he could have done the Angel and he could have done Beast without the fur, am I correct? But he chose not to, which was disappointing. But for the listeners out there, that if you want to see a unique way of drawing Psylocke, now this is pre-Ninja. Cool. This is pre-Ninja, but you can tell that Todd has not figured out how to draw a lady's face. And then, also. There's a panel in here.
Yeah, that's not Psylocke, by the way. But
it's not?
No.
Who is
Sam's going to call you out, man.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't reread it yet.
Well, her name is like Mercy or something like that.
Seriously?
Seriously. Yeah.
Is she one of the Mercy Killers?
No,
No, okay.
I don't know who's the Mercy Killers. I don't. Who are
They're
they?
the three chicks, the background singers for Hypno Hustler.
Hey, Sam, if you want, can you just go to 2 panel for just a moment?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, it's not Psylocke, but it looks like her. Okay, but if you look at that panel, he hasn't quite figured out how to draw a lady's face yet. You know, you see what I mean?
Okay. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah. That's,
you know, it's kind of neat seeing him grow as an artist.
True.
And I think this particular issue came out around the time of the mid 290s for Amazing Spider-Man. So, I mean, he really got his poop in a group.
Yeah.
In a real quick way, because he was drawing a great, that's a Todd cover.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
He was drawing a really good Mary Jane at that point. Yep. Here's another Todd, which I think he's one of the better leader drawers ever, in my opinion.
I really wasn't a fan of that big bulbous head leader, but okay.
You like the tall, skinny head?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Hey, now I don't know where you're going with that.
I don't know either. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's doing he does a good job with Betty. Betty on this one.
Yeah.
And then this one's kind of turning into an iconic cover, I guess.
It is.
But yeah. So, and then he did the coloring for Eric Larson on this one.
Whoa.
Or he did some of the drawing. Larson and McFarlane did it.
Yeah.
But I was going through those. I found it really interesting. So I'm going to go back and read those. And then, since Dune is on HBO now, Dune Part 1, I went out and I found my Dune book.
Okay. Is that a recent Dune book?
Yes. It's a graphic novel.
Okay.
I don't know if I can't. Anyways, you can see the artwork in there. And you should be able to find it probably anywhere. My LCS has been selling quite a few of these, actually. It's like a $25 book, but it's not a collection of stuff. It's just Dune. And it's not that Dune House of Trades by Boom, I believe. It's not that. This is Dune, the graphic novel, book 1. And they got book 2 coming out shortly. So be on the lookout for that one if you're a big Dune fan. But, yeah, you can get rid of it. I don't need to be alone right now. You can share. But, no, that early Todd stuff, man, that is just it's awesome to see. I love to see artists grow, visually.
Yeah.
And like the early Frank Millers.
Yes.
And then to see him like halfway through his Daredevil run where he really hit his stride, and then to see him now, it's a far cry from what it was, but when you get older, that's what happens. So I really like that. Now I'm really looking forward to seeing Bill Sienkiewicz's Elektra covers. Yeah. And then Romita is also Romita Jr. is doing them too, isn't he? That new Electric series that's coming out. Red, white, or black, white, and blood, or whatever the hell it is.
He's at least doing the one cover.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to seeing their stuff on those.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, you know what? I'm really looking for the next diamond in the rough. I'm looking for the next oh my god writer, the next oh my god artist.
The next breakout star.
Yeah. We're hitting a stride now where one's going to be coming up. Even it's been a while even since we've had an Oh My God cover.
That's true. True.
So I'm really trying to find that, the Oh My God writer, Oh My God artist, where they've been all my life.
Yeah, they're coming, man. They're coming.
Yeah, it's been a while,
Yeah, I know that Zoo Drucker that guy Drew Zucker. He's really good.
Okay, so I know the name. What's he doing?
Canto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
really
that's just
good.
amazing.
He's not writing Canto though.
No. I know. I'm just saying
New
that series is just amazing. Just so good.
Yeah.
Just so good.
Yep. Yeah. I'm hoping he can do other things as well. Because I even have some of my comic writer friends now getting Canto, reading it, thinking, "Wow, this is great."
Yeah, I know they're both heavily involved with that animated thing that they're doing right now. So it's like they're either in I think they're in production right now.
They're
not done.
They're just going to be starting.
Just starting, yeah, pre-production.
Yeah, they're on the tail end of the pre-production. I can't remember what you call it right after that. But
so
Will Smith
and show, huh?
Right, yeah, Will Smith, his company.
Okay.
And then now Jada, I guess, is reading it, and then his boy. They're all reading Canto,
wow.
and they all love it. So it's going to become a series.
Wow.
So
yeah. So if you got any of the Canto, that's a good hold. That's a good hold and a good spec, right?
Yep. And then also remember that Canto #1. There's that defect on that cover, and you can Google it. You want to be on the lookout for that, and there's a lot of them. Approximately 2/3, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that run was
about
not very much.
Right. It
was
a award print run too.
Yeah, it was less than 7,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And I think they were returnable, if I believe. If I remember right, they were returnable to Boom.
I just know that when I got it originally, my LCS said his whole batch was like that. So it wasn't like I had the option to get a new one. It just here you go, and it wasn't any hype at the time. There was no hype. It was just like just like any other #1 that comes out.
Yeah, really, Canto didn't pick up a bunch of steam until issue 3.
Is that what it was?
Yep. Issue 3 hit, and then boom. That's why you don't see a lot of 1, 2, and then 3, but then there's 4s all over the place. That's usually what happens when you get those.
Yeah, I've got the full 6-issue run. How about you, Sam?
Yeah. I still need to get on the ball with that.
Well, I mean, if it's something that interests you, does it interest you?
It does, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a good reason to get it. I mean, for the collecting purpose, that's also an awesome reason to get it. If you want to get it for the value,
so my just want to read it, Bob, or not.
If you just want to Bob is not watching right now.
If you just want to read it, Sam, Bob, I think he buys like 10 of them at a time. The trade paperbacks and hands them out.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I should probably talk to him. I don't know, but
he'd let you read one. All of his stuff's autographed nowadays, or close to it. But I'll admit it. Bob got me onto it.
Well, that's a good thing, man, because it's a fantastic series. I'll tell you that.
But like Marvel is passing up a lot of opportunities on writers and artists right now, I think. And I just wish they would let just not my buddies, I guess, but just let some other people have a crack at some of these people and see what they can do with them.
Well, it sounds like you got your hand in this industry, Derek. I mean, are you like, would you be considered like a producer, or do you actually write? Do you do any artwork, or what do you do? What's your story, man?
All right. Well, if you didn't know, I ran a convention for a few years.
Okay, I knew that.
Yep. So I'm good friends with Elliot Rahal, who may or may not be having a baby this afternoon. I'm good friends with Elliot Rahal, Clara Meath.
Oh wow, that's great.
Um,
So you have a good connection to the industry.
Yeah, just a lot of different people. Vault Comics.
Yeah.
I've connected people together that I think would do well, and I've said, hey, listen, why don't you guys do this together?
You're like the Bill Graham of comics, man.
But yeah, but it, I, I've helped out a few people. There was somebody who didn't know what he was doing buying variants.
Mm-hmm.
It was a YouTube channel, and I noticed it, and I messaged him. I'm like, hey, listen, man, we need to talk. You're doing this all wrong.
That's it, man. Everybody needs a little help.
Now he's doing well. Now he's doing right. He's buying them from the source. He's looking for the sources now, not secondary, thirdary markets for these variants. So, and just things, show ideas and just all kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
there's all kinds of people making money off of my ideas, and I'm fine with it. But I just love the hobby, and I've loved it ever since I was a little kid. I owned a comic book store. I read Comics Buyer's Guide, the magazine, the newspaper, when I was in high school.
Comic shop news, kind of like that.
Yeah, like Comics Buyer's Guide was a more comic shop news. I didn't really like that one because it was so.
Yeah, it's not personal. Yeah,
right.
It's just more of a here's what's coming out.
Comics Buyer's Guide was a ton of ads, but it was and Damien, he buys them actually. He's trying to buy them all, I think. I subscribe to it, it gave you a lot of knowledge and a lot of in-depth, and that's where I learned a lot about Stan Lee and his way of writing versus what is more commonly portrayed, how he created stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna take somebody like that for a whole new, that word Renaissance doesn't get thrown around too much, but we are in a Renaissance, era of, something's gonna give in a good way.
Right. Right now, I think Eternals could be the jumping the shark point for Marvel. We'll see. I've just seen Eternals rebooted, revamped, redone, reduxed, whatever so many times for Marvel, and I've tried to give it shots here and there and everywhere else, and I'm tired of it. I'll go to the movie, but
of course,
we'll see.
Yeah,
I think that Hawkeye series is going to be fantastic. I'm loving the TV series.
Not bad. Yeah.
There are a lot of people right now collecting comics just because of the movies and the TV shows. And
that's what the hobby needs. The hobby, for 20 years, these movies has sustained the hobby. I mean, other than that, what other advertisement is comics? What are they getting?
Yeah.
Where are people
hearing about it? Read them though. You know what I mean? They go, "Oh, I want that first."
I don't know, guys. I mean, every week I go to my LCS and I don't see, and take this as you may, I don't see any young folks there.
No,
I see, upper 30s, early 40s, late 50s, and that's kind of where, that's our era. That's our thing, right. I guess.
One thing that I do.
But the digital market's huge. The manga with teens is huge. That whole Japanese manga has crossed over so much so that, American kids, that's huge, man. Huge.
My LCS, they saw a lot of manga, and
Yeah.
He sells a lot of it on the internet too.
My son loves it. You
And
know, I have two boys. My
go to
oldest.
dakotacomics.com and have him look on there because he's got a ton of it. And he has collectors looking on there too. He's got the
hustler.
He's got
the
the
hustler.
he's got the hustler part of me. He's got the state's largest manga collection in the store.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's like 15 huge bookshelves full.
Oh, that's great.
And but so I mean I understand that portion of it.
Yeah, I bought.
Whenever I see a kid actually looking at a comic book in my LCS,
yeah,
I'm like, you like that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Rich, put it on my tab.
You're right. Now that I think about it, on the manga side, I see the kids.
But I won't buy them the manga. I'll buy them the comic book.
Sure.
But they're looking at the comic books. Old guys like us, we need to buy the kid that is out there. They're looking at the comics, going, "Oh, I can't afford this." Buy him a book. You gotta help out it doesn't need to be the $9.99 book,
Yeah, but everything is digital, and the digital age is huge, and people would say, well, I'm surprised that even the local paper still survives. Like how many times have I heard that, oh my, I can't, my city newspaper is going away, but it hasn't. It's still here. They still call you up on the phone to continue your subscription or want you to get a subscription. But for the most part, digital and the internet and everything's, that's where everything is. I mentioned this on this live stream once before, where people, if they don't get it at the physical level, they're going to turn to the digital level. So why should I go back to the shop a week later and buy the comic that I just bought digitally? So being the completionist that, like, say you are, or Sam may be, or Sam doesn't strike me as a completionist though. Like he just,
not really. I like runs.
Yeah. Well, not having the complete run wouldn't throw you off, but to get it it's an achievement. Like when I play video games, I'm an achievement hunter. It adds one extra layer to the hobby. I get the extra, rather than you pay the base fee to get in. And now, okay, well, guess what? There's a caveat too, because you can get all these, you can try to get them all. You can get the whole story, but like you said, Sam,
I don't
trade
think
paperback.
Go away. I don't think print's going to go away.
No, it won't. My opinion is it'll be around as long as there are eyes to read.
Yeah.
So, Sam, I got to roll, man. I got to pick up my boy.
Okay, hey, thank you for jumping on.
Yeah, I appreciate the time that you give me, man.
Face to face.
Oh yeah, Derek. Yeah, I see you all the time in the chat. Yeah, man, come on by, man. We do it every Thursday on my side of life, so it's a lot of fun, man. Cool. So my shows are nothing compared to like Sam's, man. This guy's high dollar. He's got all the guests. He's got all the views.
Oh, come on.
I'll be lucky if I average one view every 10 hours.
Yeah. No, I work really, really early at UPS. So.
That's good for you, man. Yeah. That's it. So at least you're working there. That's good, man.
Yeah. So,
good
but
you, man.
Yeah. So that's why
I
usually just catch it on the, on the other side.
All right. Yeah. So, well, that's what you got to do. Yeah. Cause that's why I have one friend of mine. He works for UPS, and this guy, as soon as he comes home, he doesn't want to be, he doesn't do anything. You're hauling around 100-pound boxes all day long. I get it. You want to come home and just relax.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, it was nice meeting you. And
yeah, absolutely, man. You guys take care. Be good, man. Sam, enjoy the rest of your day, man.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Take care. Talk to you soon.
And then there were two.
So what do you are you collecting anything right now that besides Hypno Hustle? Are you collecting anything that you're
I'm trying to finish my spawn run, but
okay.
I have I've made a pledge to myself that I have to see the copies because anybody can go on the internet and get it.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to find them. You know, and you know as well as I do that I'm a hunter.
Look at that guy.
You know? I like to hunt for stuff. So
Stationary one.
There he is.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm still waking up, man. I'm still waking up.
Still waking
I
up.
didn't mean to wake you up. Oh man.
Nah, it's all good. I'm still like I just ate just now, watching you guys and stuff. You know.
Cool.
Yeah, watching you guys talk about everything, that was pretty cool. Paper, the paper, everybody's talking about the paper these days, and the paper. Oh my God, it's over! It's over.
I really hate to say it, but I think it's going to get worse.
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it is. I don't think a lot of people saying it's gonna kill it. It's not gonna kill it. Comics are still gonna be here.
You know how many times I've heard something's going to kill the comics?
Yeah, because CDs were killed, and you know, music
the 90s were going to kill it. The Image was going to kill it. This was going to kill it. That was going to kill it. I mean, really, since you brought it up, the most legitimate it's going to kill it thing that's ever happened was, and Sam remembers when they were doing this. I don't know if you remember why they were doing it, but I read about it in the Comics Buyer's Guide. What we were, talking about was in the early 90s, like Thor, you had Masterson becoming Thor.
Okay, yeah.
You had all these different people becoming the mainstay characters, and that was because the family estates, there was a big lawsuit going through, and if somebody would have won the lawsuit, then they were going to have to pay to use the characters to the estate of the creator. Now, whether that's right or wrong doesn't make any difference, but they were preparing for it to go in the favor of the estate, all the comic companies, That's why you had even on DC, you had just off the top of my head, that's why you had that one character being Batman. That's why you had Artemis being Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. That if something was going to kill comics, that was going to be it, because all your mainstay characters were going to go away because they could not afford to pay some of these people what they were going to be supposedly getting. So, but anyway,
there you go.
Yeah.
More comic knowledge you probably didn't want to know, but it happened. Yeah.
No.
But
I was talking to my LCS guy, and I was telling him, he was telling me like he was shortage a few B covers and all that, and that had a lot to do with what was going on. He's like, we got lucky during the pandemic when everything started coming back up that they were able to print comic books with all the paper, the paper shortage with the toilet paper and all that. People going crazy, and massive paper with the mask and all that, and that was taking a lot of the trees we need to replenish. The trees need to be replenished. That's what people kind of forget about that they use trees for this. You know what I mean? And if they use too many paper, they gotta slow it down. It's gonna take years to regenerate all that. You know what I mean? So
well, pre-pandemic, we were heading into a paper shortage anyways. There was already talk in the comic book world that they were going to have to cut back on titles anyways, just a few months before COVID hit, and then comics stopped. And then, they had to use all the pulp and stuff for the whatever. But to be completely honest, guys, if you think that Marvel's paper is actually paper, it's I don't think there's any wood in there. And I'm just not saying it's paper quality. It's kind of like Kraft cheese. The slices. You know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ain't really cheese, right?
Yeah.
So they can make fake paper, and so
Fake
it's just
paper.
that the presses can't get a hold of that stuff. And then there's
Yeah.
been, I guess, there's been some fires. I read about that too. So I looked into it for a number of reasons.
Yeah, you
But,
heard it here, guys, on Sam's Tangled Web. The Ever Loving
Yeah.
Show is the only place you'll hear fake paper. You know what
fake
I'm saying?
paper. It's the
Oh,
And I
truth.
believe you.
It's
I
the
believe
truth.
it though.
You
I
can't
believe
tell
it.
me that Marvel crap is real paper. You know, they call it paper.
Everybody's yelling at Marvel for that paper. Look at that.
Yeah,
Marvel might be the only one producing a lot of books now because they're
Come on,
ahead of the
man.
game.
yeah.
Come on, man.
They were ahead of the game. You know what I mean?
But I will say that Air Spider 23, he is exactly correct that they're going through all these lawsuits again. Both
Yeah, I
Ditko
see
and Lee estates have been filing, and that's going through the court process. The only problem is that if they go through the same angle that they did back in the day, okay, they're not going to win. That's the thing. And those estates, I wish them all the luck in the world. I wish they would get it, but at what point is it not an estate anymore? Because you're on what generation of grandchildren, and then also they're fighting Disney.
Yeah.
So welcome to that. I mean, Robin Williams lost when they were using his voice for Genie. He lost.
Yeah.
They ended up paying him a little bit, but they didn't pay him near what he should have gotten.
Could have gotten. Yeah.
He was going his words, he was going to lose, so he just settled and got paid very little bit.
Yeah.
So I like I said, I wish those estates all the luck in the world. But that's the way they did business back then. It's the company owned it, you didn't, and until 1992,
things changed.
you didn't own it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's funny is like everybody complaining about the paper quality with Marvel, and now we're gonna go through this paper shortage. They're gonna be complaining that there's less books. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you know what I mean? They're gonna go crazy and all that.
Right.
Because yes, there's digital's got people that like digital, but there's still a lot of people who love the physical stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Outside of the collectors, even the readers, like me, I'll read digital, yes, but I prefer the physical copy. Like it's just nothing like it. And when that changes, like I don't pick up my tablet to want to read comics. You know what I mean? Like I'll read it here and there. Like sometimes I read one book and I don't want to read anymore that way. You know what I mean? So and maybe it's my old school style, but I know the young bucks these days do it digitally too, but once they get their hands on a physical comic, they start loving it that way. You know what I mean? Yep. And in my shop, I do see kids going in there. Kids with allowance money and all that, or the parents come with them and they're choosing the books. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? I mean, I bought. I'll never forget it. I bought a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book for a kid. And the parent came back in and they looked well-to-do and everything, but I didn't care. The kid had money. I don't care. Here, guess what? Enjoy it. And that kid was happy. Pleased as punch. It's called paying it forward. Because you know what? Some guy did it for me when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm more than happy. I'm not going to do it every time, but
yeah.
I'm glad that you have a lot of kids in your shop, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, they do show up. Like I do see them, all kinds too. Even little girls go in there, and you would think they want the girly stuff. Nah, they're looking for Spider-Man. They're looking for freaking Batman. They're looking for the indie stuff too, and it's cool to see. It really is.
Yeah.
Like,
most of the girls that walk into my LCS, they go right for the manga. So
Yeah, yeah. Some of them do that too.
Yeah, like I said,
The
if you guys
manga
were
is
to ever
good.
see, if you guys were to ever see a picture, even if you don't like manga, it's impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
for that little town that he's in, jeez, criminy, I never would have thought he'd sell that much, but he does.
For the price, whatever you pay, they give you a lot of material in the manga too, like a lot. Like I mean,
Yeah, they get.
I look at I look at the manga and it's like I don't think they focus too much on drawing detail like you see in a lot of these books because
right.
They just draw whatever they draw, do the story, and that's what they're interested in, manga people. You know what I mean? It's simple.
And then a lot of them
go
color.
to our comics. Yeah, all that. Yeah. When you go to you got people complaining about the art and all that. Oh, the art's not good here. That's not good there. They don't worry about that. They just pick up the manga and read it. You know what I mean? It's just like, what a concept. You know what I mean? Like, I love art. Don't get me wrong, but I'm one of them that even though the art doesn't distract me too much, like a lot of people, like I can deal with decent art as long as I can see it. You know what I mean? Now if it's completely terrible, I understand. You know what I mean? But that's what manga. Like manga, they don't really care about that stuff. So that's probably why they're very successful. They're probably more successful than the actual DC Marvel manga, believe it or not. So that's what I hear. So
the whole Japan thing is huge.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome people in the chats too.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta say a quick happy birthday to Robert the G-Spot Galvin.
Oh yeah, I
happy
saw
birthday.
that. It's his birthday today. Yeah.
Station.
Is he in the chat or?
No. He's probably he might be at work or something. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a kind of a gateway deal. But like I said earlier, I think Savage Avengers is a victim of the paper shortage, and I think you're going to start seeing a lot more victims of the paper shortage. Because Marvel and DC, they're going to print their main dudes, and then that's going to be it. And a lot of these smaller comic book companies, they're not going to be able to afford paying, for these increased deals. And then, as I'm talking about this, and then, I can think, listen, and talk and think about something else. We were talking about variants, store variants, exclusives and things, how I think that's going to kind of go on the wayside also. Well, those stores are going to have to start paying more for this stuff too. Because of the paper, and it's not going to be as accessible for some of them. So I think, like I said, I think a lot of this is going to kind of die off here shortly. Now, the thing that, as a collector, part of it that worries me is that, and you're starting to see it more, they're coming out with later printings years and years and years after.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the reprints or those dollar books that they came out with. I'm not talking about those.
Yeah.
But they come out with the convention foil covers.
Okay.
Like I think what was that one they just did it? And the title's like 5 years old. They reprinted it and did it with a foil.
Yeah.
Years down the line, they might start doing that again. And that kind of concerns me as a collector. But we'll see. I'm going to be interested to see what they're going to do with Saga. Saga is going to be the real test on this paper shortage when it comes to variants, exclusives, and printings. That's going to be the real that's going to be the real test there, because a lot of hardcore people like that book.
Air? Clapping?
Well, what Sam and her might not like, I see John Stout saying, they're going to lower the Batman books. They probably are. But we might not have Amazing Spider-Man coming out every week either.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. You know why?
Why is
They're
that?
trying to get to 900 fast. So at least
Yeah.
they'll be
Why
like
do we?
that for a little while, but
Yeah, I'm
it's
like,
gonna go back to bi-weekly. You know.
I'm like, come on. You stop being so obvious about getting to 900. Let's just slow it down. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I think we talked a little bit about that. I think they're looking
Yeah,
for the perfect writer for 900, and they're trying to speed it up a little bit.
yeah.
But
Well, obviously, like what was said around, they took Nick Spencer out. He was gonna do 100. That's what he was gonna do. He was gonna write to 900, but
Yeah.
they cut him short. They didn't do the one more day retcon that he wanted to do. You know, I still believe he wanted to do that. Casada put the end to that. You know what I mean? And now they just put this storyline going on now to like you guys said, so they find who they really want writing, which I already think they know who they want.
oh yeah,
already.
they know.
I think they already know.
Oh yeah, they know. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
so I ain't worried about ASM is not going anywhere. I'm worried about Strange Academy because that's one of my favorites. I love Strange Academy. I
Yeah.
think Scotty Young and Beto
Yeah.
Ramos is doing great
That
on
might-
that. So
That might be on
yeah,
It might be next on the chopping block. I hope not.
yeah.
But,
I hope not. It's so good. It's different. They need different.
Yeah.
I think
Let me
I
grab
think
a
a lot of the
preview. I'll
kids
be right
grab
back.
that.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of the kids will gravitate towards that Harry Potter because people compare it to Harry Potter and stuff like that. So yeah, man, they need to leave that title alone.
All right, so I'm gonna go page by page. I don't think they're gonna cut Venom. I don't think they're gonna do Amazing Spider-Man.
Hulk is not going anywhere.
I think they're gonna trim down the X-Men books.
As they
Dark
should.
Ages,
Yeah.
might not go the 6 issues. Bold prediction, but it's just I'm predicting. You know how you have the death of Doctor Strange, and then you got like the death of Doctor Strange Avengers.
Yeah.
Or you have Strange Academy presents the death of Doctor Strange. That one's coming out here in the next week or so.
Yeah.
They might cut back on a lot of that kind of specific stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They might put it in the title, give the writer and the artist a break like they used to, Sam.
Yeah.
Once a year, they had that filler.
Maybe, so maybe this might be the beginning of the end for maybe event type of books.
Event spin-offs of ongoing titles that are already happening. Just so they can have a number one.
Herb like, nah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I know everybody wishes that, but it's not, guys, it's not happening, man. They're gonna cut all the other titles and keep their events, man.
Like what's happening right now with Darkhold. What's happening with Darkhold. You got the regular Darkhold title, and then you got Blade, Iron Man, and a couple of other ones. You don't need it.
I don't think you do. No.
Huh?
No,
you think you do?
No, I said I don't think they need those.
No.
I ain't pick up any Darkhold, so and I love Marvel.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no Darkhold for me, man. I might get the Spider-Man one because I'm a fool, but yeah. But yeah, yeah. Like I'll see what people say about it. If Sam, if you're reading it and you like it, let me know.
Guess what? I like it, and I'm letting you know.
Oh no! Come on, Sam. Come on. You better not make me buy that, and then I don't like it.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, listen to me, brother. Listen to me.
Come on, man.
They could cut about half of the X-Men titles, though. I would care.
I agree.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. It's true. It's true.
Right.
But the main X-Men title is gonna stay because it's not only is it good, you know what I mean, but
you gotta have one.
Yeah.
You gotta have one. No, they're gonna have more than one. They'll probably have 3 or 4, but yeah, they do have to cut the titles. There's too many of them.
And then they do have a deal with Amazon on making trade paperbacks and collected editions and all that kind of stuff, so they have to keep doing that.
True.
And then they have those agreements with Barnes and Noble as well. So I mean, they have to keep doing that kind of stuff. But like I said, I think they could cut back on quite a few titles, and nobody would know. I just went through that previews like that quick, and I was like, we don't need this. But so I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We've already lost Savage Avengers, but that's been on life support since issue 6. So
what? Oh, I don't know about that. That.
No, I think it has, but I like it, Sam. Don't get me wrong, but you got to be honest too. I mean,
I am.
not everybody.
There's other titles they could cut. Like you said, some X books. They could cut some X books. They could have kept that one. That one's actually better than the actual Avengers series right now. So
and I think it's better than the Conan series right now too. But
I haven't been reading that one, so I'll take your word for that. So So
anyway,
but sometimes the better one we lose it. So sometimes the better one doesn't always stay.
No. No. But anyway, Sam, I'm gonna cut out. It's going to be an interesting next few weeks. Let me put it that way when it comes to comics being printed. Some of the stuff that we've touched on, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting few weeks to see what actually hits the stores. And
very interesting.
Yep. But
okay, I agree.
Pick up the if you can't get the back issues, pick up those trade paperbacks of like the Avengers, especially that run you're trying to complete right now, Sam. That's a fantastic run. And there's about 4 or 5 trade paperbacks. Well, it's that whole era there where like Dr.
in the 90s?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 90s. You're talking about the late 80s.
No. The Avengers run that you're trying to do right now. I see you buying back issues, and they're of all that specific run.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can look through those Avengers collections books, and they're like $30 for the trade if you can't find the back issues, and they're great reads. You just read them one right after one, boom, 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 just read right through them. So, and if nothing else, find those old X-Men trades, go to a used bookstore and find those if you have to.
Oh, I got a bunch of X-Men trades.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's all good stuff. If
it is.
they cancel your books.
Yeah.
There's plenty of history in the past. You could go back. Exactly. It will be all right. Well,
one thing, and you guys probably agree with me, but if you haven't read it, it's new to you.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't need to be a new book. It doesn't need to be on the new comic book rack. If you haven't read it, it's new to you, and you might like it.
Yeah.
I agree with that. 100%. 100%.
Yep. I just wish people would do it more, but.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, I need a new book. I mean, it's not new.
But anyway, I'm going to cut out. You guys have a great rest of the show. We'll look forward to hopefully being with you next Friday, Sam. We'll see.
Okay.
Yep. I appreciate the Hey, by the way, the link, everything worked perfect.
Oh, I didn't know that there would be any possibility of it not being great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything worked. It all worked great. It all worked good.
Okay.
So, I just wanted to let you know that everything worked out really well. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good to see you again, Herm. Good to meet Comic Crazy on
Mr. Hypno Hustler.
Yeah, the Hypno Hustler, baby. Because there ain't no hustler like the Hypno Hustler.
Like the Hypno Hustler. Oh man, that's awesome! Great exit. How you doing, Sam?
Hey, I'm glad to see you because I'm like Friday. I got to see my buddy Herm. We got to talk because if you want to, you can tell the people in the chat about what we were discussing about what the shows coming up on the Wednesday team up are going to be.
Oh man, what was
Oh,
coming up?
You don't you don't have it in front of you, so you can't.
Yeah, I don't have it. I have it's in my phone. I have my phone on me. I'm using it for here, but I don't have the dates for everything. But
well, we know
but
what's coming up
yeah.
next week. Yeah.
Next week we're talking villains, all types of villains and stuff like that.
Villains.
Villains.
Yeah.
All types of villains, indie to DC, Marvel. So we're not trying to get them all because will be there all night. We'll be like spine ticks, you know what I'm saying? 8-hour, 9-hour show trying to do all villains, you know what I mean? We can't do that here, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But I gotta move my hand because I forgot my stand. Usually I bring my stand that way I don't have to hold my phone. But we're doing the villains, and the next week we're doing the first 3 issues of the new Spider-Man run. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. We get to talk about
that. We got that Civil War coming up.
Yeah. You got this whole list coming out all the way. We got this whole list to the end of the year. So we have the Spider-Man run.
To the rest of the
year. Yeah. We wrapped it up. You know what I'm saying? You got Civil War. We finally covering Civil War.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do that September, but it got bumped out for an important person. Bob.
Yeah.
That was important. So so we covering that. We're taking a month off on the Spider-Man, and then the next month we're gonna continue on with the Spider-Man. We're doing the Amazing Spider-Man, the two, not both at the same time, but we're doing the first one first. We're kind of like covering every month till we cover all the Spider-Man movies.
You see this question right down here,
and then rank them.
See this question right down here? That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because you see me talking all the time, like I love Marvel, I love all this stuff that I read, but there is one particular event that happened that I was not a big fan.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for it?
Are you ready for this?
Okay, no.
Tell us.
What was it called? It was called something Axis, or where the heroes and the villains flip. The villains started acting like heroic, and then because Red Skull had Professor X's brain or something like that, and I was not a fan of that. So
I never read that event.
You never,
so good thing.
You never read
thing.
That. Yeah. I've read it. Yeah, I was not a big fan of that. So there you go. That's
Oh,
so
boy.
we might not be covering that ever.
The events that we're not covering. We have a whole show of events we're not covering.
Well, that'll be a short one because I still got a bunch that I'd like to cover eventually. But,
I didn't like those Infinity Warp event. Remember that a couple of years ago?
Yeah. No.
I can't. It just didn't work for me, man. I got a few of those books, and I'm like, man, I don't like these. It's not a lot of books I can say that about. You know what I mean? I like almost a lot of things. You as well. You know what I mean? We both like. We're like opposite. I think people will dislike something till you make them like it. We're like opposite. We're like we like something till you make us not like it.
That's true. Opposite. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because we always try to see the positive in every book we read. You know what I mean? We're not trying to justify our purchase or nothing. That's what people are always trying to justify your purchase. I'm like, no, that's not it. It's just, I want to see the good and everything. And like, if something that I didn't enjoy, like Infinity Warp. Some of the designs were cool, like the Ghost Panther and
they made
Spider-Man, Moon Knight together and all that.
And they made some Funko Pops with some of those guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I got a couple of them. They were
Yeah.
nice looking,
Mhm.
but the read wasn't nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The read wasn't nice. It looked like they were just looking to make merchandise off of that. You know what I mean? So,
That's true. Yeah. But
so
like that Secret Wars from 2000, was it 2015? We should cover that someday.
oh man, Secret Wars. That 2015 Secret Wars. I don't think I ever read that in full. So that'll
Well,
be new
maybe
for me.
maybe in the future, you know.
Yeah, man, we could cover all that. Like
Yeah.
you talk about Secret Wars. Next
Yeah.
month we're covering
Oh, Secret Wars.
finally Secret War 2. Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about the
Yeah.
list and but we can remember stuff that we are covering. That's one of
Yeah.
them we're gonna cover. That's gonna be our read of the month, the Secret Wars 2. We're gonna read that. And then
Yeah.
the next month we're covering Civil War 2. So, we
Yeah.
cover that too, the original one. So that's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of fun to revisit with you. The Civil
Yeah.
War 2 was the end of that was happening around the time I started in 2017. Like it was
Well,
going towards the end. So
Yeah.
so I got to read some of that too. So I got to read it for the first time in full. I don't think I read them issue to issue. So that's gonna be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people. This wasn't as good as the first one. I agree. Probably it
Yeah.
wasn't, but
Yeah.
we'll cover it. You know what I mean? We'll see
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, and they didn't really have to call it Civil War 2. They could have came up with a different name, but whatever.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, I think they. We probably cover it when we read it, but I
Yeah.
think we probably say
Yeah.
the same thing again. But I
Yeah.
think that's all just to sell. Sell the book.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I was saying with the Star Wars, War of the Bounty Hunters, and they put
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett in there, and the whole thing
Yeah.
was about Han Solo, and the thing, stuck. I keep forgetting how you say
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
in the everybody's like, really
Frozen.
about that, but really
Frozen.
that was to bring in the group, which I'm drawing a blank, the Crimson, whatever you call them,
Crimson Guard, maybe. No?
Crimson. No,
Is that
no,
right?
no.
Oh, that's G.I. Joe.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole group. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank right now, of course. Now that I got to
Yeah.
talk about it, now I'm drawing a blank. People probably be disappointed. Herm, you know this, but
Well,
that's why they didn't want to call it that because it wasn't gonna sell. They said, "Oh,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
call it
Yeah.
War of the Bounty Hunter and put Boba Fett up in there. He's popular, and the show is coming. So boom,
Yeah.
that's how they sell. That's how they do it. You know what I mean? So get
How,
people to read the material.
how
You
come
know,
you
they
didn't?
put
How come they didn't put Mandalorian in there? Come on.
boom,
But,
boom, 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 because it wasn't about Mandalorian wasn't around at the time. The time zone that was happening. That was happening in Empire
oh,
Strikes
that's
Back time.
okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
So,
it kind of wouldn't make sense unless they're doing time travel. You know what I mean? And we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there.
no, 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 no. Not
We don't want to go there.
especially not with Star Wars. That could get complicated.
Could be even more complicated. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what?
Oh Lord.
Wait, what's
That's
this
just so.
question? Would you have a problem if Marvel made Mary Jane bisexual? Who would you like to see? Come on. Why are you trying to
Pew
complicate?
pew.
Why is he trying to
You're better.
complicate?
No, I'll have a problem because she belongs to Peter Parker, so she could like who she like, but
Yeah, I
stay with
never.
Peter Parker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if there had been like some little like clues that she wasn't as you
That
might say totally heterosexual, then
be
you
okay
could
with it.
possibly go there maybe, but I don't see that. I don't see Mary Jane that way. So
Yeah, like everybody like the Iceman situation. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I was like, oh, why
yeah,
would they make him that? Like, if you read a
yeah,
lot of the early stuff, it seemed like he was. You know what I mean? It seemed like He was
Yeah.
gay. So it was
Yes.
I was okay with it. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
see it in the reading. Like
Yeah.
back then they could have do that, but you can tell Stanley and was trying to like do clues like that without showing you. You know what I mean? Like because it wasn't allowed. You know what I mean? The same thing with what Claremont, was it Claremont with Kate Pride? You know what I mean?
What's going on? What? Why are you busting up laughing, Two Gun? What's going on? Why are we laughing? What happened?
Why are we laughing?
What? So, is that who I think it is? Somebody is popping in here. Look at that. Wow.
Hey.
Oh,
Let me
what's
adjust
going
the
on, man?
camera.
Wow.
Extreme close up, it seems like.
I was like, it's Giant Damien. Look at that.
Giant man got nothing on him.
Yeah.
I think I can adjust this. Excuse me.
Hey, but we were just discussing about what if Mary Jane
Was bi. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd been out running errands, but I caught and then I was about to type. As a kid, I used to think that Harry Osborn was probably gay.
Really? Oh.
I don't know. He seemed too into Peter. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It was just my imagination.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could happen though. It could happen.
I haven't thought about it in a long time.
Yeah.
Since I don't read modern Spider-Man, is Harry still in the picture?
No, yeah, Harry's gone.
He's gone again. He's gone again.
He's gone.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
I guess. For now.
And
poor guy.
For now.
I am wondering, it looked, Herm, I don't know if you saw this, but Dr. Octopus is going to be making a big time comeback. It sounds like in the future, and I think he's going to be possibly going back after Aunt May. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Uh-oh.
I feel they were meant to be together.
Yeah.
They're a couple. No. They're a couple that.
Peter, so I feel that.
I'm wondering how that's all gonna play out.
Yeah, I don't think Peter Parker would have really enjoyed to do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he. Yeah. I don't.
It just ups the level of craziness in a nice way.
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry I missed the show.
Oh no, it's okay.
It's okay.
Off running family-related errands.
Yeah.
So I almost overslept and missed the show. So it happened.
What hours do you sleep since you work? You work overnight?
Yeah, I work overnight. Like sometimes if I get out, sometimes I get out at 9 in the morning, and that's pretty late for me. Then by the time I it takes me a couple hours to go to sleep. I can't just go home. Oh, let's sleep. You know what I mean?
Right,
it doesn't happen for me that way.
Sleep like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll end up going to sleep 11 to 12, and then I wake up when I wake up. Like usually I end up waking up too early. Like I'll get 4.5 hours sleep, which is not good, especially work back to back. But sometimes I can't help it. Once I wake up to go to the restroom, I can't go back to sleep. So
yeah.
I try to drink as less fluid as I can before I go to sleep.
Okay, Air Spider, you have your own thing there. Okay.
Oh boy, starting something over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like usually when I come in on the show, Sam, I'm usually late because I'm eating something when I get up. I gotta eat, right? So
yeah, you gotta eat something.
Yeah. So yeah. So what you think about all this paper talk, the shortage of paper, like we've been talking about earlier, Damien?
That's got me really nervous. Like what's gonna get cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already losing Savage Avengers, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah, is that because of paper shortage, do you think, or just because of other things?
It has to be because of paper shortage, because I don't see the numbers, but it has been successful.
Mhm.
They kept it going this long.
Yeah,
People still buying it. You know, I don't know how many. I don't. Of course, it's not going to be as much as the bigger boys, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's other titles that are selling less than that one. So,
Hmm.
you know, so
Well,
it has to be
it
the
may
paper shortage.
cost them more if they have Conan in it because they have to pay out the Conan company
Oh,
too.
yeah,
So that might be a factor when they're looking at what to cut.
yeah, that's totally true right there.
I mean, I have no idea what they pay them, but I know that back in the 70s, they had to pay them $150 an issue.
Yeah, that's
But,
a lot
you know,
back in
that
the
could
day.
be
So
several $1,000s an issue now.
yeah,
So-
now yeah.
Yeah, I still am really loving Savage Avengers, so that's really sad. I wondered if some of these companies will start using less pieces of paper and having less ads. You know, because each piece of paper costs money. If you can print it on, instead of 32 pages, 24 pages, and just not have the ads. I noticed that comic Berserker, you know, the one by Keanu Reeves, the last issue of that had no ads in it. So it was just 20 pages plus the 2 covers. We'll see. Yeah, and John is saying he thinks it'll hurt the indies more, and that's probably true because I bet the big companies can make a deal with the paper companies more easily than the smaller companies.
That's true. That's true. It's just like people were like, I don't think we're gonna see them cut some issues, but the big two. But I think they'll be fine because they have this. As long as they have an A and B cover, like the indies will get hurt on it because like there's already a lot of them that don't have an A and B cover. So
right.
And there are reasons for that. So yeah. So but people get hurt more with the big two are the collectors who love all these variants that might be cut.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel their pain that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I know they're having fun collecting the variants, but it'll come back, right? So maybe there's a few less variants. I don't know how long they're expecting these shortages to last, but it can't be too long.
I mean, if they wanna cut way back on the variants, I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more worried like if they're having to actually cut comics, just put out less. I heard someone say on a podcast about publishing that publishers in general, like book publishers, are having to pick which things to publish in their planning because they have to try to figure out in advance how much paper there will be. I don't fully understand these shortages. I mean, is it because of lack of truckers? Before it was lack of people to unload ships.
Yeah.
And before there was a problem with actual numbers of ships coming from China. But
that's true.
Yeah, I just don't understand where the real source of the problem is.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It may lead to higher prices too. That's the thing I've been thinking about actually. It's like, do I want to buy all the same comics I buy now if each one is going to be $1 more?
Interesting. Yeah, I probably won't buy as much neither. Like,
so what will I cut?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cutting going on for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
$4.99 a pop. Woo. That gets expensive.
Yeah, it's still hard to tell. Like I can still buy comic book boxes, but they cost more. But maybe it'll get to the point where you can't even buy them. I don't know.
The bag and boards. Sometimes there's shortage on that. There's been shortage. You know what I mean? It's like gold sometimes when you find them.
I bought some a few weeks ago. I'm glad I bought a while ago and not just now.
Yeah. I bought a couple when I went to the city. I wish I had. When I went to go to the city, I'm not with my car. I go through the subway, so I can't carry as much. And I would have bought a few more because out there in Midtown Comics, they had a few out there. I was like, I can't get them all.
Hey, did
So
you see what
Midtown
Air
Comics
started?
isn't your regular shop, is it?
No, they're in the city. I live in Queens,
You live
which
out
is
in Queens, which is like a suburb almost, right?
yeah, where I live is close to a suburb because like right now I'm in Brooklyn with my mom. It's like over the way things are getting here with the new building and stuff. It's like little New York here.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
if you go a little, I live deep in Queens, which is close to Long Island, and that's like suburbs, like literally
Right.
the best of both worlds without actually having
Uh-huh.
the property tax to Long Island, which is a lot bigger than Queens.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So
And so you can take
I'm
a
out there.
train into the real
The
city
city,
part,
the heart
but
of
you
the
don't
city.
have
Yeah,
to you don't have to live in the heart
Yeah.
of the city. And so is there a comic
yeah.
book store somewhere near you?
Yeah, yeah. But there was one like 10 minutes away. That one went down because of the pandemic. Took that
Mhm.
one. So
Oh, too bad.
so I went to my backup, which is now my main one, and that one's like a good 15-20 minute drive without traffic. And the traffic it
Oh,
might take me a half hour. But there's Long Island has shops everywhere. There's still a lot of shops, so there's still a lot of them standing.
right.
We only lost a few, and then
Yeah.
during here in Brooklyn, there's one down like far away from here, but there's one towards Queens. And they got one called Royal Collectibles, I think it's called something like that. They have two locations, one in Astoria and one Metropolitan or something like that. So I like people not gonna know where these are, but like they're like opposite side of
Right.
town
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
Yeah, I just
plenty of
didn't
shops
know. I saw that
over
video
here.
of you in Fable, and then I thought, oh, do they have to go into Manhattan to get their comics? But I guess you don't have to do that, so that's good.
No. Fable, it's a different story. He lives up in the Bronx, was south from Manhattan, New York,
Mhm.
and he lives really far. So when
Wow.
he said he doesn't have an LCS near him, he has to actually travel to go to
Yeah.
any of them. So yeah, he gets all his stuff mailed because of that.
Mailed.
So
That makes sense.
yeah. So yeah, because he can't go to the city all the time. It's like almost an hour from him. So me too. Like from here, no. From here it might be 25 minutes, 30 minutes during the train. From where I live now in Queens, it might take me an hour to get to a
Right.
Midtown.
So that's a serious trip.
Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah,
I-
it's definitely not
I-
going to. Go ahead.
I kind
Sam.
of have a bit of a trip to things from another
To
world.
get your books.
Your
Yeah,
shop
because
is pretty far from where you live.
it is. So it takes me like I got to take a couple trains and a bus to get there. So it's not bad though.
Right.
I'm used to
right.
it. I'm used to it.
Yeah, if you went by car, what would it be like? 25 minutes?
Oh, it'd be like maybe 25 minutes,
maybe less,
Yeah.
depending on traffic. But yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like Cosmic Monkey probably be the closest to you, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. Yeah.
But you get a better discount.
I get the better discount, so I'm okay with going as far.
Right. And you
for
get
that.
to hang out with Bueller at least some of the times.
No, not these
anymore.
days. He's kind of cut back on his books, and he's more focused on the building
his
of
mission.
the bus and the van, thing.
Yeah, the journey mission,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
coming around the corner. I remember him talking about it last
Yeah.
year, and now it's getting there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I have
he's
to
gonna
go out
be doing
go
the
out
van
on
life.
out
Yeah.
on a special trip to go out and visit Bueller on, so.
Who is the underground queen artist? Who's the
I
nicest underground queen artist?
Bueller's discount. Come on now. Come on.
Really
That
discount.
was only a couple
Sam's
times.
buying more comics than Bueller, so he's gonna get the better
Yeah.
discount.
I probably have more comics than Bueller right now.
You never thought that would happen, huh, Sam?
Yeah,
Or the comics Bueller used to have? You know, we used to have a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
He sold a lot of them.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
Did he even get rid of his Hulk 181?
I
No, I
don't
think he
think
said
he
he's
did.
keeping those. I think the ones that
Right.
Yeah.
people give him stuff. I think he's keeping those.
He's
Um,
keeping the majority of
sentimental
those.
ones and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he'd probably keep one or two short boxes, and then he's
Yeah,
gonna
you
start
got
all
you
over
got
from
to do
there.
that.
That's
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, maybe I should start having a little purge myself. You know, it's getting out of hand for me.
what?
I have so
What do you
many that it's hard to
Oh.
even figure out how to purge.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Where do
purge.
you start?
No, not the purge. No.
Purge. It's hard. It's gonna be hard if I ever get to that. But like
Yeah, yeah.
I started sorting out my books because I went over a year without sorting them out. Which yeah, that can be yeah. So the indies took me a while because I got a lot more indies than I used to.
Yeah.
And I finished that, and I just finished DC Comics, sorting those out, and like I just figured out that I have more indies total, but
Yeah, yeah,
than the
yeah.
DC Comics I got. So it's like, oh wow, I got more
Wow.
indies than
Yeah.
DC Comics. So, but
That's
you know, it's not fair because indies got a lot more title, Image, Boom. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
it's unfair, but but I still got more Marvel than both
Than
of them
anything.
combined.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And do you have
Yeah.
your Marvel from when you were a kid, or did you get rid of those?
No, that one unfortunately was stolen from me.
Oh
So
wow, that's bad.
yeah, my whole collection. Yeah, I say I've said my origin story a few times, but long story short, when I came, 'cause I used to live in Florida, and then me and my wife went to go get my books, some of my belongings, to bring it back up here in New York, and because okay, I lived in Florida, I live in New York, I graduated high school, moved to Florida, and then like I lived in Florida for like 8.5 years, and then I met my lady, then she lived over here, so I came over back to New York for a little
Yeah.
while and didn't bring all my stuff. I bring some stuff, and then like a year later or two, I went back to get my stuff, and then my comics was one of them. You know, the drive from Florida to New York is long, so when we
Hmm.
finally got here, I left. I parked my literally this apartment. I left my car parked a block away, which is the biggest mistake I ever made. And because I was tired, we came late and all that. A couple
Mhm.
hours sleep wasn't gonna kill me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I came back and yeah, it was all taken. Like my window was broken, my car was broken into, and they took about
Damn.
5,000-6,000 comics of my childhood gone.
Oh,
It
that
was
sucks.
just like yeah, so I spent a lot of that time trying to retrieve that collection, which it was hard because it's expensive, you know.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
so like a couple of years after that, I ended up I gave up comics for I just the passion wasn't there. I was still heartbroken from my heart,
Yeah.
from losing that collection. Then of course years later I came back for good. Like I'm not going anywhere, but you know. But
Yeah,
like
that's
I
tough.
wish I focused on continuing to get the runs that I had the most. But then you see these books over here. Oh, I like that one. I'm like, oh, let me
Yeah.
get that one. I never had that one. Oh, no. And now I have a bunch of books, and I don't know what to do with them. And I gotta purge, you know what I mean? I gotta purge. So yeah. Long story short, I had to sort out all those books, and then like I finished my indies and DCs, and now I'm up to Marvel, which is gonna be the biggest challenge. So it took me all summer to do those two, right? And because I'm not working, doing shows, I don't have time to dedicate a couple of days on just sorting, because that's
Yeah.
what it's gonna
Yeah.
take. It's like filing. And you go to any kind of job, office job, filing and stuff. That takes forever. I used to have an intern job in high school, just filing for a college. You know what I mean? That used to take forever, and it's very boring.
Boring and
Comics is not boring. Comics is fun though, following comics. But you guys know what I mean. So,
indies are harder to sort and organize because there's so many short little runs.
yes,
It's easier when you have a whole box of Batman. That makes it easy, or Spider-Man.
Yes. So the indies. I found that out that when I did the DC, it was a little bit faster than indies. You're right. Like trying to put them where to put them. I was like, eventually, I had enough image. I have an image box and enough boom. I put a boom box. But when you have all those other publishers, oh my lord.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
But Sam doesn't have that problem because Sam just gets
What do you
Marvel.
mean?
You could have a folder of indie books.
I do have some image and a little teeny bit of DC.
A little teeny bit of DC.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Something's Killing the Children. You have that too.
Get that. Yeah.
Boom Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sam has seen my basement and he knows how disorganized my collection is.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
It's like sorting out dollar bin boxes that's not organized,
yes,
right?
It's like 13,000 comics, and I got halfway through organizing them, which is making even more of a mess, and then I kind of give up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like have a plan. That's just how I started it. Just have a plan. Okay, be realistic. Okay, I got 2 or 3 hours or a half a day to do this. I'm gonna do this, this, and this. That's how I've been doing it, and just planning it, and have a little bit of a goal, but not overdo it. Because when you have too much of a goal, you get disappointed and frustrated with yourself, like for not achieving that goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I try to do it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
once, hopefully, eventually, I'll just have it all set up, and then I can just sort them a couple times a month, and that should do it. But we'll see.
But I just want to say that my collection is like, I think I told one of you guys that my collection is like not even half of what my old collection was, but I think this collection I have now is better than that one.
More refined.
Yeah.
That too, but because of people have sent me some amazing AOKs, and it's just really great memories with this collection.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now that we have so many comic book friends, our collections have all those other layers of meaning.
And I get to jump on here and talk to you awesome dudes. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's the best part of it, It's probably why I was so behind sorting them for so long, because like I gotta sort these boxes. Wait, Sam's on. Let me check out what he's saying. Damien's on. Oh wait, I got a show to do, and then I end up not sorting my boxes. Or reading the books. Maybe it's a good idea to read the books.
Look at that one. Can you read that one?
Yeah, I'm answering it. Yeah. My wife has the same problem.
I bet.
Oh boy.
She's like, I thought we were gonna fix the basement up to be a rec room.
And
it is a wreck.
It's a comic wreck, sure.
Someday I will get oral organized. We'll fix up a rec room.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, Sam, I gotta get ready for work. So I would love to continue to stay here and talk, man.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun with you guys, and especially Damien popped in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad I got to catch you, Herm.
Heck yeah. Usually I come on and you gone. You leave like, where'd Damien go? I want to say hi. But lots of fun, guys. Have a great weekend. Sam, see you on Wednesday.
Definitely.
Always fun. Talk villains, all kinds of villains. I'm gonna have my Sunday I'm gonna have my top 10 ready. So we're gonna go over the top 10 eventually, maybe Sunday or Monday. You know what I mean? Make sure we got that show ready. You know what I'm saying? So top 10 favorite villains. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sam gonna do. So
yeah, Aiko, how you doing?
Oh.
Okay, well, I hope work's doesn't distract you too much for thinking about comics.
Yeah. There's plenty like Aiko right there. She's my sister-in-law. That's why she's always asking me questions about comics too. So I guess like
that's cool.
That's what she means me by distraction.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So she got into them too. She loves the Momoko stuff and she likes the mango stuff and all that. The manga. You know what I mean? Like and all that. So yeah, man. But I gotta go.
All right.
Again, thanks, guys. Station. Have a great weekend. Sam, see you next week.
Station. Definitely. And number 2.
Yes.
But you know what? I am about to end the show.
That is fine. That is fine. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
But I want to say thank you to all the awesome people I had on. I had Derek Magnus. You know, he's always awesome dude. I had Brian Comic Crazy on, Big Herm, and we had this guy over here, Sleepy Reader. So, and hope everybody has a great weekend, and catch you all later. All right.
Good night. Good afternoon.
And good evening.
Good morning to some people.